Hey everybody, Juan here, and I'm so excited because Chromecast is finally here. Yes, Google's $35 Apple TV competitor is in my hands, and we are going to take a quick look at setting it up and unboxing it and all that fun stuff. It's a pretty cute little box. You can see the YouTube and Netflix and Google Play icons on the back with their little demo holding the phone and showing up on the TV. Just to show you guys, the box is pretty small. Here's a deck of cards by comparison. You can check that out. It's it's adorable. It's really, really cute. Okay, so we're just gonna peel this little sticker off of there. I'm gonna get rid of that. And let's see, Chromecast. So the instructions are to plug it in, switch the input, and set it up at google.com/Chromecast/setup. So that's pretty simple. And here's the actual Chromecast. And it's a small little guy there. It is. It's about the size of my stumpy thumb. So yeah, it's a standard sized thumb drive device. You've got like a flash memory drive by comparison. It's about as thick as my Patriot, maybe a little thicker. Has that HDMI port right there on the front. So after taking the wrapper off, there's the little micro USB power port. There's a little button right there, and I wonder what the little clicky button does. Okay, and also inside the box, we've got a micro SD cable with, just a standard USB terminator right there with a little power brick. This actually looks a lot like the Motorola, the chargers that come with the Motorola. I wonder if there's any, cross-platform pollination going on between Motorola and Google these days. Now, let's see what this is. Oh, this is fantastic. It's an Hdmi Extender. Oh, that's very helpful. Oh, and it's bendy. Hold on, let's get this out of the packaging. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, it's semi bendy if you need to plug this into a TV with sort of a hard to reach, because my TV is going to be a little tricky to get to. That's awesome. I like that a lot. And then this is ridiculous. Here is our product information guide, and it really is stapled as the tiniest strip of paper possible. I wonder why they didn't try and make it a booklet like this side, or fold it in half or something like that, because that is adorably silly to have. Okay, so my Chromecast is now plugged in behind my TV, just like this getting started guide told me to do, which was no small feat, seeing as how my TV is kind of crappy and there isn't a lot of space for HDMI ports, so that HDMI extender was greatly appreciated. And my TV is fired up. It says set me up now. So I'm going to pull up a browser. Okay, now let's get you set up and watching. So we're going to get it on Google Play. We're going to go to the Play Store. We're going to install. And let's open it. I'm going to accept. And let's set up. So now it's trying to find my Wi-Fi, and it's trying to connect to the Chromecast on my Wi-Fi. And I do see that code, so we're going to go ahead and say I see the code. Oh, you guys don't get to see what my Wi-Fi password is. 2 seconds. So it doesn't appear that Chromecast has 5 gigahertz internet support. I'll have to test that out and see if that is the case. But we're going to finish setup. And as you can see on the TV, it's ready to cast. So that's pretty fantastic. So let's try it out with some YouTube. And so we're now going to search for me. Oh, let's do the Gala. So this was a great camera bag that I had the pleasure of reviewing. So we're going to tap that. And we're going to send it to the TV. Now let's see. It's showing on the TV.
Loves me a good bag.
And it's playing. That is fantastic. I love that. So this is very similar to the functionality that we've already got on the YouTube app with like the PS3, for example. You can send something to the PS3 and have it show up. And that works really, really well. This looks like it's sort of a streamlined or simplified approach to doing that same thing, which is pretty awesome. And you can control everything through here. If I want to skip ahead later in the video, it pauses on the TV. Oh, you know what? I missed a part. Let's go back. Pauses on the TV. It seems to sync up fairly quickly, which is pretty fantastic. And then it shows up in the notification tray that you're streaming something, so that you can control it from there. You can go off and do something else, so I can hit play. And then, you know what? I just want to go back home, pan through some other things, and it's still playing on the TV. That is awesome. Yeah, it looks like support is already built in for YouTube, Netflix, and Google Play Movies and TV, which we knew. And so let's try Play Music. And so we're in Google Play Music, and there is the little icon button right there. So I'm going to... let's do a little Ice Cube. And now we can hit the Chromecast. And the Chromecast swaps it over, and now there's a Google Play Music icon on the TV, and I'm going to push play on my tablet. And let's see if it... Yup, it sent it right over. I'm going to turn the volume down just so I don't get hit with copyright issues because I'm playing copyrighted music. That is awesome. That was seamless. I love that. So this is still a brand new baby product. Here we're in the settings, and it tells us what the software version is, the open source licensing, the privacy notice, and the Google Terms of Service. There are no settings in Chromecast. It really does seem to coincide with Google's desire to make this as seamless and as simple as possible. Even slowing myself down to shoot video of the entire setup, it was, pretty quick and pretty easy to get this all coordinated. I mean, the thing that took the longest amount of time was just entering my Wi-Fi password to get into to get Chromecast logged onto my network. Okay, but why stop there? We want to see what Chromecast can do. Oh, no, I don't want that one. Chromecast from cast.google. So we're going to add this to my browser. So now I'm on a Windows 8 laptop by clicking on this icon right here. Add your extensions in the tools menu, sign into Chrome to get this extension, your history and other. Okay, great. There's something playing on the Chromecast now. And when we come here, yep, and you can see it's telling us that there's something playing on the Chromecast, which is really cool considering, we're talking about 3 different devices now. My tablet, which was controlling the Chromecast, and now the Chromecast is reporting back to my browser. But we're going to go ahead and cast this tab right there. And on the TV now, we've got the Your Tech Report website, and there's a little bit of a lag. It's almost, I would say it's about 1/3 of a second to almost 1/2 of a second lag in scrolling. Oh, look, here is the Your Tech Report story about the Chromecast on my TV. How cool is that? That is pretty stinking cool. And I can go into another browser, and it doesn't seem to upset what's showing on the Chromecast. I mean, obviously, I can't control scrolling or anything right there, but let's try. So we're going to go down to a video that I did on some recording equipment. We'll do this, and we're going to broadcast this. And then I just want to see if we play the video from here. Oh, that's fantastic. And so now it's showing the website as a browser page on my TV, but it is still able to stream video directly through the speakers and on the TV. That is awesome. All in all, I'm really impressed with how easy this thing was to set up and start using. Now, it is a little limited because we are waiting for app developers to get on board and start adding, talking to the APIs, which will help us send this stuff out. And the browser the browser cast, it's definitely beta, but it still works surprisingly well. I don't know that they'll ever eliminate that lag. There's that 1/3 of a second to a 1/2 a second lag. But all in all, I'm seriously impressed. And so far, it seems to be doing the trick in ways that I haven't really been able to interact with my TV short of plugging a laptop into my TV. So I've already been getting questions from followers online. Michael Holmes asks, should I ditch DirecTV? I wouldn't do that quite yet, but if you were already looking at dropping your expanded cable to start using more like Hulu, Netflix type solutions, this is certainly something that I would keep on the radar. I don't think there is a Hulu. We don't have an official Hulu app just yet, but I can't believe that it's not on the horizon. Okay, Vibe of Sharma asks, interested about the extent to which Chrome tab sharing works, how smooth is it during video playback and things like that. Since it doesn't support Silverlight, that means no Netflix running in the tab and mirroring on the TV, right? So that is true. In trying to open Netflix in a browser on Chrome on my laptop and send it to my Chromecast, it won't play video that way. I would recommend if you're really into Netflix, probably the best aspect to control Netflix will be using Android or iOS smartphones and tablets, and then it works more as an app sort of talking to another app. What I'm hoping is that soon we'll maybe see an update where Netflix can intelligently communicate with Chromecast to say, oh, well, I see you're playing it in a browser. Now let's fire up the Netflix component on Chromecast to send that back and forth as well. I don't know that we'll get that right away, though. Andrew Hale asks, is it Bluetooth only or will it pull Apple TV? What's funny is that Chromecast is Wi-Fi only. There's no Bluetooth on Chromecasts. So when Chromecast is connected to your home network, it can communicate with other devices on your home network, like smartphones and tablets, but it sets up its own internet connection. It's not streaming locally. So it's not streaming from a phone to the Chromecast over Bluetooth. It's setting up its own internet connection so it doesn't have to share with, another device, and that won't kill your phone or tablet's battery life. Now, that said, it is its own unique architecture, so it's not going to fit into Apple AirPlay, at least to my knowledge, anytime soon. Jonathan Riley asks, can you use Skifta to stream your local content to it? Can Skifta see it? I have not used Skifta, so I have no idea. And honestly, it'll probably be something where if Skifta has its own front-end solution for the media that it manages, then if they choose to incorporate the Chromecast APIs into their front end, then maybe we could see some of that interaction work. As of right now, it doesn't look like something that's going to be high on anyone's priority list to get integrated. Klaus on Google Plus asks, woohoo, but seriously, is it also able to stream files from your NAS, network attached storage? Or does a NAS manufacturer have to adjust the firmware? So if you want a pretty experience, then you're probably going to need your NAS manufacturer to update something, include some kind of API for Chromecast. Klaus, here's a neat trick. If you go into your browser and you type C:/ in Chrome, you'll get a list of all the stuff on your computer in the C drive. And so I go to users and I go to some audio guide because that's my login. And let me scroll down to videos. And now here's like a whole collection of totally legally acquired Doctor Who videos that I've got. And just clicking on any one of those links will automatically play it in the browser. So I'm going to click on that, and look, there's something happening right there. Well, wouldn't you know it, there's a little Chromecast button right there, so I can hit that, cast this tab, and it's playing media that's locally stored on my laptop over onto my TV. Again, just a slight delay, but it's doing this really, really well. And considering that this is a high-quality video file streaming over my wireless network to the TV, that's pretty impressive performance. So it's not the prettiest solution, and we really hope that there will be some better front end for locally stored content and media to stream to different devices, but it's at least a solution that you can use right now, and it works pretty well. Okay, Twitter user @sexypotatoes asks, are there any games on it because my Roku has games? Well, you paid 3 times for your Roku what I paid for my Chromecast, and I've got a PS3, so if I need to play games, I can switch over to the PS3. No, the Chromecast does not have games on it, and you probably wouldn't want it to. There does seem to be, like I said, about 1/3 of a second, half a second delay, and that would be so not fun to use while playing games. But, this is really the solution that you're going to want to look for if you don't want to invest in a Roku or if you don't want to invest in a game console just to get your Netflix streaming to another TV in the house. And James McSwain on Twitter asks, My question is, will it stream faster than my PS3, which is my main streaming device? I haven't noticed any difference in streaming speed. Really, for me, what seems to be the speed advantage is I don't leave my PS3 on 24/7. I only turn it on when I want to use it. Chromecast being a smaller and probably a lower power device, I don't think I'm gonna mind leaving that on and plugged in all the time. So the speed advantage there isn't that it's going to somehow stream Netflix faster, I'll just be able to get to it faster. So I won't have to wait for it to turn on, I won't have to scroll through the PS3 user interface and scroll down to Netflix. This is totally a first world problem here. I'm just gonna go to the TV input, it's on, it's ready to go, and I've probably already started the video from my tablet, and it's ready for me, and it's up on my TV, and I'm watching it so much faster. And if you have a compatible TV, because I have a piece of crap TV, certain TVs also have smart HDMI ports. So with a smart HDMI port, it's even faster. Once you hit the broadcast to Chromecast, it'll automatically turn your TV on and switch it to the correct input. So you don't even have to go through that kind of a setup either. So that kind of speed definitely gives it an advantage with the apps it's compatible with. Of course, on the PS3, you'll also have access to a proper Hulu app and a proper Amazon Video app, but so far, Hulu hasn't disabled browser Hulu for the Chromecast just yet, and I haven't toyed with Amazon Video yet. I've only had this for about an hour now. So everybody, that's the Google Chromecast in a nutshell. I am super excited. This is probably one of the best tech buys, or at least most cost-effective tech buys I've made in a little while. So I'm super stoked to be able to play with it, to be able to share that with you. Please, if you have any other questions, shoot them my way. I've really been enjoying using this, and it's one of those few gadgets that, in its simplicity, is delivering exactly what the manufacturer said it would. We'll have expanded coverage on Chromecasts as the story develops on yourtechreport.com, gadget news and reviews for the rest of us. And as always, folks, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next review.